Hello and welcome, everyone. You are listening to the Crack Podcast. How have you been? Let me just adjust some of these levels over here. Yeah, this isn't the first time I've sat down to do this. I did this about 10 minutes ago and then I realised I was chewing gum. And very unprofessional, very disgusting, very gross. So start again and take it from the top. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been lazy as shit. I've been busy as hell. I've been not podcasting, but I'm back. Not in black. I'm wearing sort of a blue jumper right now with some jeans. And I'm wearing trainers, but I like to, well, if I can, posh little prick that I am, when I get new trainers, I like to wear them around the flat for a little while. Really, break them in. No, I just, kind of weird as shit. I like trainers. I like new trainers. I like sneakers. Not sneakers, trainers. Yeah. I know. I did not know. But, okay, cool. There's a little update of what I'm wearing right now. Now tell me, what are you wearing? Nothing at all, you saucy minx. Right, groovy. Yeah, so why has it been a while? I've got no reasons, other than I've been up to stuff. Nothing significant, not life-changing stuff, you know what I mean? But, I went fishing. So that takes up a day, and then came home again. Takes up another day. Went camping. That was part of fishing. Had a staff night out last night. That was lovely. I've had some Zoom well, they weren't on Zoom. It's actually on WhatsApp, FaceTime on my phone there. But this fancy computer that I'm using, this MacBook Pro. I had a Mac computer before, one of the desktop ones. One's like what I've got right now is like a laptop. Cool, but the one before was an actual. I say computer, but there was no computer to it. It was just a screen, but it sat on the desk. And what's your point here, Lewis? Oh, my point is, when I had that computer, I remember a friend phoning me with FaceTime. And when it came through my mobile phone there, well, it wasn't that one, it was a guy, older one, it was still an iPhone. Somehow, through technology and possibly a little bit of dark magic, the phone connected to the computer, and I suddenly, poof, appeared on the screen. Sort of like Back to the Future 2. McFly, when he gets fired. Anyway, yeah, so I've been chatting to folk with that, but yeah, cool. I'm back. So yeah, what have I been up to? Well, you can't see me, but as I was before, I continue to be humbly lighter than I was. The scales in my bathroom, on the scales of justice, the scales now read, it's gone up a little bit, but it does that. It goes down a bit and then it goes up a little bit and then it goes down again. But they did read briefly for one day only, 99.6 kilograms. And that's not the amount of sugar I'm putting into a cake. That is actually how much I weigh. And right before the whole COVID shit kicked off, before I even worked at the ambulance service, I had wanted to be an ambulance technician, which I no longer really want to do, but at the time I did. 2019, you were crazy. So, to do that, you have to not have so many points in your driving license, which anyway, I like to go fast. You would think they'd want an ambulance driver who wanted to do that, but I had to wait a while for the points in my license to expire. I'm pretty sure they're all gone now, so I have a completely clean driving license. And you have to go and get a special license. It's like a C3 or some pish. Anyway, to do that, you have to go to an optician and you get your eyes tested, because that's what opticians do, and they make sure you can see. And then you go to a doctor and you get your, take your weight or whatever. And they did that, and I sent away for my provisional license, which do I still have that? I don't know. UK driving license. There's me. I don't know what that means. No, I can tow a trailer. Isn't that nice? I'm not gonna. But that was right before, the world stopped turning. And I weighed 100 kilograms exactly. And, back then I still thought it was pretty big. But yeah, I've since lost over 25 kilograms now, but I was 99.6, which was the lowest I've weighed in a while, so that was quite a significant milestone for me. I mean, arguably it's what, like 11, 12 stone? 15 stone? I don't know. I don't know stone. I use kilograms now because the American system has done that to me. It used to be stone. So that was something I did. Lost a little bit of weight. Still going. But I'll be honest with you guys, I sat and ate nearly a whole packet of biscuits this morning. But, we won't dwell on that. So that was good. Still losing weight. Still went to the gym. Done something to my knee. I might have told you about that last time. See, I don't listen back to podcasts, so I don't know what I've told you and what I've not told you. So, my left knee. So my groundbreaking. My technique for weight loss is don't eat shit and exercise, which I don't know why no one's ever come up with that before. So that's what I've been doing. And my method of exercise is to go to the gym and run on the treadmill, run 5k, which, it sounds easy, but I'm lazy, so it's not fun. And I've been doing that, and then one day I was doing it, and my left knee sort of, like a guitar string, went ka-toing, and, kept my composure. I didn't show anybody. Internally there was screams, but I was like, fuck me, that kind of hurt. So I slowed down, thought I was going to be sick, but that happens quite a lot when I go out and about, so I just stopped. And in my daily life I've been going about, and every now and again, twang, that pain comes back. So I've got this black knee brace thing on just now to stop it hopefully ever falling out. Because again, working for the ambulance service, there's a fear of mine that I ever have to have an ambulance called on me for a sort of pissy reason. And what do you mean a pissy reason? Everyone has their own reasons for having ambulances, that's fair enough. However, due to what I know, just working where I work, if I didn't have a solid fucking reason for having an ambulance, and I know these people, if the crew come and get me, say I'm conscious and breathing and I've had a wee fall in Tesco, I would find, personally, as a member of staff, I would find that embarrassing to have an ambulance called. Now, if you ever need that, that's okay, that's all on you, that's not a bother at all, there's no shame, everyone's fucking entitled to an ambulance or whatever, okay, fucking legal disclaimer, none of these opinions are the Scottish Ambulance Service, but I don't want an ambulance for something like that. I want it to be, this cunt jumped out of his car at the safari park to rescue that kid and the lion got him. Yeah, that's a good reason to get an ambulance. Fighting off a lion. Yeah. Now, that's all good, but I'll come back to that story about the black leg brace because, yeah. So that's going on. So I didn't actually go to the gym today because I woke up and I was a little bit hungover, and I also thought my leg's kind of sore. So I played a little bit of Call of Duty and ate a packet of biscuits while drinking coffee. It's hard to find reliable players in that Call of Duty, I'll tell you. Need teamwork to these cunts. So what else has been going on? Yeah, so I went fishing. I've been fishing twice. Same spot both times, but the second time I went camping. First time we went, very good time. I don't know what to tell you about fishing. We just drove up there. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what, yeah, before we went to one of these outdoor stores to get outdoor things, and one of the guys decided to buy a new knife. Because you never know who you're going to fucking run into when you go fishing. No, it's obviously to, cut fishing line and gut fish. But, whoa, I don't know if you've ever gone to buy a knife recently. You better have a good reason to be buying that knife, because they don't fuck around. There's like 2 different books taken out and all the details taken off his driving license, and I can see a cat on that windowsill outside. Get down, little man. Get down. So my point of view right now is the car park outside the flat, and I can see a ginger and white cat on the... No, he's okay. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, I thought I was about to see a cat fucking pancake itself. But groovy. And we went fishing, and that was fine. And then we went back a few weeks later to camp up there, and I had my new fishing rod, which got delivered, and that was excellent. And I caught a fish. about 10 minutes into the first day and then threw it back. And then I never caught another fucking fish the whole time we were there. So that was a splendid time. Genuinely had a good time though. It's the company you keep when you do these things. You know, it's not about catching the fish. It's just that's an added bonus. That was good. It was a bit windy and a bit rainy, but that's to be expected when you go camping, because that's how these things go. Now, I've not been camping in a good while, and it was with these guys. I've got a massive oversized tent, which is actually my friend's now, because I need to go around and erect it, set it all up, let it air out a wee bit, and sweep out the outside. That cat's back on the fucking ledge. I love cats, so I don't want to see this little guy. Oh, he's got 9 lives. Anyway, yeah. Need to go and get the tent aired out. That'll be fine. And then maybe 3 years ago camping again, if life hasn't dropped a gear. The cat's back inside, guys. All right, relax. That cat's gone back in the window. So what was I talking about? Camping. That was all good. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know what to say about camping. Wasn't on a campsite though, so you need to shit, you bring a shovel. You know, one of those types of camping things. The very first morning, I woke up early, because these tents, when the sun comes up, you get up. So it must have been about 4 in the morning, and I could hear the rain hammering down on the top. And I was like, I really need to piss. Now, guys, you don't have to paint a picture in your mind, but here's a little bit of information about sleeping bags. It may be cold when you get in, but it will adjust to your body temperature. So do not wear clothes in a sleeping bag. Now, I'm not talking Brokeback Mountain, get cozy with your buddies, but strip around your underwear, get in, put the fucking hood thing up. You know, it's what's it called, like a sarcophagus or an Egyptian mummy or something. And then your body temperature will regulate. But if you get in there and you've got pajamas on, you may be warm to begin with, but as you sleep, you're going to sweat. And then you're going to get too hot. And then in your sleep, you'll take your clothes off. And what the fuck are you talking about? This is a thing, alright? This is a sleeping bag thing. And then you're going to wake up in the morning, and you're going to be cold, and you're going to be sticky and sweaty. And, pardon me. And not good. Now, I woke up that first morning, and I was like, alright, okay, I need to pee. What time is it? Look at my watch. It's about 4:30. Are you fucking kidding me? Go back to sleep. So I had a lovely dream. I went right back to sleep. And in this dream, I was camping with my friends. And we were fishing, and then in this dream I went up to a big rock and I decided to piss against it. And as I was pissing in this dream, I suddenly realised I'm dreaming, and I woke up with this fear, a blinding fear, that I was pissing my sleeping bag, which I was not. Okay? I was not, but I don't know if I can stress to you the shame there would be on a 31-year-old pissing the bed whilst camping with his friends. I've not pissed the bed in years. Decades, even. Okay? It's not going to start when I'm camping with my friends. But there's that weird thing when if you dream you're pissing and then Freddy Krueger comes and cuts off your dick. So, I woke up in my boxers. Don't worry, I've been losing weight. I'm looking good. And I went out into the sideways blowing rain. And, check which way is the wind blowing, and then relieved myself, went back to bed, and then somehow woke up at like 10 o'clock in the morning. We all slept. We all got about 10 hours sleep, which it's kind of weird because we don't, from what I understand, get that when we're at home. But slept well. That was comfortable. And then didn't catch many fish. In fact, it rained so much that day we spent most of the day sitting in the tent playing cards. But again, all good fun. Actually, I had a great time, despite how it may sound. You didn't do anything. Yeah, but that was all part of it, and it was good. It was lovely. And then that night, I was lying there, and it was windy. And the big tent thing we were in, it's a big tent, and it was more like a sail, one of these old, sailboats. One of those are when you picture like a pirate ship. It's like you could just see the wind catching it and the way it was coming in. And when I say we weren't right beside the cliff, but we were 30 foot from the cliff, alright? And I'm talking a high cliff. So rather than swallow my pride and walk back up to the car in the middle of the night, I just lay there thinking, I'm going to die tonight. This is it. This is going to get caught by the wind. It's going to pull up the seagulls. The pegs are going to blow out and we're going to get flumped over the side. And because of my job, I'm like, what ambulance crew would we get? Maybe the on-call one. But if they're already out, then we're looking at... Yeah, we get the Coast Guard. But who would find us? Who would phone it in? Oh, we'd be dead for sure. No, we'd definitely be dead. And then that road, the police... No, there's no chance. Yeah, this would definitely be a day shift problem. So that's where my mind goes. It's a great job I got. Knowing the realities of things. Oh, they'd send help. No, we'd be fucked, guys. There's no... If you get in trouble up here, you're dying. Alright, that's pretty much... We've got the what 3 words. Alright, that's all good. We have no phone signal, so it's not like we can phone and give the what 3 words. And then, yeah, the drive home. There's 3 of us, 2 vehicles. On the way there, I took one of the other guys, and the other guy drove his vehicle, and on the way back, he went with the other guy, so it was just myself the whole drive back. Smoked a few cigars and listened to a podcast, and it was a very cool, calm, and collected drive. It was very nice. So I recommend it, despite the... You just said you thought you were going to die. Yeah, but I didn't. You know, that's just where your mind goes when you're in a tent. You're vulnerable. You're going to die one day. Why don't you do it when you're fishing? Yeah, what else has been going on? Oh, I'm in a bad mood right now because I'm a spoilt wee kid, and I might have told you I worked on that film, which is very cool, and I realised I love doing that. Well, I got contacted from one of the guys I worked with, and we've got a big project coming up in your neck of the woods. Are you available these dates? And no, I'm not, because I have a fucking job, which I'm blessed to have and everything. Jesus, don't take it that way, but if you're lucky enough to work within the creative arts, I think you also have to be lucky enough to have a trust fund, okay? Or, do you know what I mean? Like, get into it when you're a bit younger and you have no responsibilities. However, at the moment, we're wanting to get a house. We're going to save for a house and fucking overheads and bills and stuff, and I need my regular income. So I can't just quit my job with the off chance I might get 2 weeks of work every 6 months. So, 4 weeks a year. Yeah, whatever. So, yeah, that kind of annoyed me. And then this morning, Charlotte was like, oh, I think it's this film. And she's... Yes, I do believe it is that film, because when the guy messaged me with, can you work these dates? We're hoping to work at this place, and we're going to work at this place. And I've looked the place up, obviously, of course I have. And it fits entirely. I'm not working on it, it's not a secret. So I'm assuming it's the Odyssey they're filming up here, because one of the locations they were asking if I could work at it's like proper stone ruin. Looks like the shit you get in a fish tank at the bottom, you know. The fake ruins. Yeah, oh man, I'd love to work on that. However, anyway, so that's going on. And then on the other hand, I'm subscribed to this extra casting agency. I forgot about that. So there's a film being made in Wick, and there's a thing available to do this extra non-speaking role. And I said no, and I got another one back going, oh, you want guys that look like bouncers? I look like a bouncer. For a featured role. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. However, I'm still, again, working those dates. And you have to have your own, you have to make your way there, which I can do, I can drive, but it's like, where would I stay up there? I've never been to Wick. I don't know what the quality of Wick is. But yeah, I don't know, just bummed out, in a bad mood, because I want to be an artist. But reality is very much still going. And you'd probably have a pretty compelling argument the world needs more ambulance dispatchers than location film marshals, but hey ho. Hey ho. It's off to work I go. Yeah. Bummer. So what I was going to tell you was before the fishing thing, I'd come off night shift because again my job, and I could not sleep, and I was going to go to the gym in the morning before we left for camping. Did I tell you I'm losing weight? Yeah, so I was going to go to the gym in the morning. So my alarm was set for like 10 to 5. And I'm lying there and I'm wide awake. I'm just lying in the dark. Close my eyes, it's fine. Open my eyes and just staring at the dark ceiling. And every time I look at my watch or my phone, as time does, it's later. So it gets to 1:30. And Charlotte, wake up. What? No, it's okay, relax. I'm going to the gym. What? Yeah, I can't sleep. I'm going to go to the gym. Why? It's just something to do. And guys, if you've never been to a 24-hour gym at 2 in the morning, it's fucking spectacular. I was the only guy there. And I loved it. It's like having a private gym. So then I came home and showered and got back into bed, and I'm pretty sure it had given me a second wind because I was fucking wired. So I woke up that morning very tired. Very tired. Just got to edit that out when I started being tired. I started yawning. What else have I been up to? Yeah, so gym very early in the morning. I went camping. I can't work on that film. Oh, the staff night out last night. So, in our line of work, we work together as a team 48 hours a week, which is more time than you spend with your, nearest and dearest. So you put into a room of strangers, and then before you know it, you're seeing them more than your family. So either you're going to get along with them or you're not going to last in the job very long. It's going to be very unpleasant for you. And despite spending all that time, because of how busy and demanding and everything the job is, you don't spend much time actually getting to know each other. You have a lot of the same conversations, and then you have safe conversations, food and stuff, but you never really get to, I'm bald, but you never get to let your hair down. So, let my beard down. So, we went out last night for team drinks, if you like. I don't know, it wasn't a whole piss up. I didn't know if it was going to be. And I sort of warned Charlotte about that. She doesn't understand me because she knows I don't like drinking. She knows I don't drink, and then when I go out, sometimes I come fucked up. And it's. I've said to her honestly, I can't predict it. Sometimes you go out, you'll have a sip of beer, and it just doesn't really go down. And then sometimes you have a sip of beer, and you're like, my God, that went down so easy. Like the last time I went out was for a boy's not retirement. He moved to another ambulance control room, and I said to Charlotte before I went, I was like, look, I'm going to have one drink, I'm going to say bye, shake his hand and come home. And then like 6 hours later I came home steaming because the drinks went easy. So last night we agreed to go out early because folks, obviously they drive to work, but they drive from some distance away, and if you're going to be drinking, you can't be driving, because don't be a cunt. Don't do that, guys. Do not drink and drive. And so we agreed to meet in the afternoon, and then we'd have some drinks then, and go for dinner, and then call it early. Which I really like doing, to be honest. I was in bed by midnight, and still woke up with a hangover, but it was nice. There's another bastarding yawn. Right, I edit that one out. And that was all very well and good. So I had a bit, like I said to them yesterday, I was like a 16-year-old girl going to the school dance. I went to leave, and I've been in my, day off clothes all day, which is usually just grey jogger bottoms and like a hoodie. And I went to get ready, and one of the girls at work had asked me what was I wearing. I was like, the fuck am I wearing? She goes, well, you always look so dapper, which I was fucking touched with. But, I thought, okay, I'll wear a suit. Just, mainly, I'm not going to lie to you, I like wearing a suit, it feels nice, but more for the joke that she thought I always looked dapper, and then, no, just dress casual. Bam, suit. So I put my suit on, and it looked fucking ridiculous. It was all puffy, and it didn't go in at my waist and stuff like that. No, you got a little waistline. No, but like there's a certain way suits are meant to look, and this just looked. It was like a kid wearing his dad's suit. And I also had a white t-shirt on under the white shirt, under the jacket, and didn't look great. So took that off. But then what I noticed, which was funny, was the knee brace thing I was wearing. It's like a black condom. You roll up over your ankle and then roll over your knee, and it keeps everything held there. If I pulled the black socks I was wearing up high enough, the one on the leg with the knee brace, it looked like they were connected, and then because of the knee brace thing, which goes up to like my thigh, it looks like I'm wearing like those sort of tight things that women wore in cabaret. Like usually they're like clipped onto the underwear. I don't know what you call them. They're like tights, but they don't go all the way up. It was like a stocking. That's probably the better way of putting it, like a kinky Christmas stocking. And I sent Charlotte a photograph going, check this out. So it was me, and I was still wearing the shirt. So I sent a photograph in the mirror, and this isn't like a kink we do or that. It was just, I thought it was funny, and if I do something funny, I like Charlotte to laugh at it. So I took a photograph of my legs in the mirror with the white shirt hanging down. I swear to God I was wearing underwear, but the white shirt was a bit longer. And that was fine. Sent it to her, and we shared a laugh. And eventually, I found what to wear, and I just wore jeans and this jumper I'm wearing now. And that was fine. Walked into town, and I was fucking sweating, didn't realise it was so hot, but never mind. And, I didn't wear my glasses, I wore contact lenses. Regretted that. Couldn't focus. Smack the microphone. I couldn't focus my vision the whole time. Anyway. A few drinks, and I moved on to the place we were going to eat, which was nice. I'd never eaten there before, but it was a very hipsterish place. Yeah, my observation was about the folk here listen to a lot of Mumford and Sons. Okay. Again, very nice, but...
Bunch of goddamn fucking hippies.
We went up and we sat in our wee thing, and then what you do is you order your food at the bar, and they serve you your drinks then and there, but then they bring the food up to your table. That was fine. So I said, as it was my round as well, naturally, it'd be my round to the most overpriced fucking bar I've ever been to in my life. We passed the menu around the table like a joint, just past the left, and then I put my phone on the menu with the notepad open, so people would type in what they wanted and their drink, and I would just take it all downstairs and order. And that was fine. So, you can probably see where this is going. It's been passed around, and my phone locks on its own. Okay, what's the code to your phone? I tell the code. It opens. Now, the girl beside me, when it opened, it had changed from the notepad to like another thing. So she did that thing where, I don't know what you press. Basically, you do a thing and then it opens up everything on your phone that is opened. Groovy. Now, we had met in Wetherspoons beforehand. And before we left to then go to the place to eat, myself and another co-worker, another male, had decided to go to the toilet because if you're going to walk along, life tip, guys, pee before you leave. However, in Wetherspoons, you're talking a good day and a half hike, towards the sunset. So we're walking up the stairs, down the corridors, through the doors, and I show him. I was like, check this photograph out. It's my leg brace. It fucking looks like I'm wearing, these weird leg things. Oh, yeah, that's funny. We share a laugh. Now, that was still open on my phone, and I didn't know that. So when the girl beside me, trying to order her dinner, double tapped the thing, the phone opened, and she instead got a photograph. Again, I swear I'm wearing underwear, of my legs, one with a black sock up just above the ankle, and the other leg wearing what looks to be kinky tights. I'm wearing a draped white I'm looking at the photograph just now, wearing a draped white shirt, and it's with my messy bedroom. So I kind of look like a hoe that's woken up and wearing her boyfriend's shirt. However, it is mine. And much humiliation was had. But that was okay. Share a laugh at my expense. I am but a clown. But I had a good time, though. I did genuinely have a good time. Food was nice. Wasn't spectacular, but it was nice. And then we went somewhere else, with a few more drinks, and just chatted and relaxed. It's a different environment. It's nice to relax with these people, my friends. And then I got McDonald's for the walk home. Which I think Charlotte enjoyed because I just turned up. By the way, I've got chicken selects. Yep. Surprise. 10 o'clock at night, chicken's alive. That was good. It was good. Oh, man. Right, how long have I been doing this? Is that half an hour? I think it is. And I got a bunch of stuff to do. I got to change the bed. I was going to defrost the freezer. Not going to do that. Got some work to do for this 48-hour film competition. So, from what I was saying earlier about being bummed out of my job and stuff like that, I've not let the dream of working in films die. Okay, that is very much in the background. I just understand responsibilities. And yeah, like the point is, so the 40-hour, I'm alright, guys, don't panic. Yeah, I'm still working on films and writing and stuff. It's just, I would quite like to have worked in a massive, giant blockbuster with IMAX cameras and Matt Damon and Spider-Man. Christopher Nolan, the Kubrick of my lifetime. One day, maybe, just not right now. What I need, really, is a job that self-employed. Yeah. But one of these jobs just makes money without me having to be there. Oh, you mean like winning the lottery? Yeah. And then I could just, are you available? Yes, I am. Go. What about your kid? He'll understand when he's older, okay? Let the BAFTA on the shelf raise him until I'm back. So that's all good. That's all good. I'm going to call it there, guys. So, thank you for listening. Alright, I'm back. No, hope you enjoyed. I'll try and get these regular podcasts on the go again. That Legends of Lore is taking a proper backseat. Fuck me, this 40-hour film thing, that's my new focus. And then I've got that short film to work on. And then, yeah, groovy. So, I'll bring it to an end. Right, now, as always, thank you Blackmill for the theme tune. And thank you Cora for your artwork, for giving us the logo. Thank you, dear listener, for your time. If you want to get in touch, if you got anything to say, go through the website. I forgot what the fucking link is. I don't use the website, but you can email through it. I mean, to be honest, it's a waste of money, but I did have an email address. I think it was the Crack Podcast contact@gmail.com. I think that's it. If you email that and you don't get a reply, it obviously wasn't, but I'm sure that was it. But if you want to get in touch, if you have any stories, any anecdotes, any questions, any fucking happy birthdays, fire it through the website. I'll read it out. Okay. I don't know what happened in Florida last week, but somebody downloaded every single episode of the podcast. Hope you're enjoying it, Mr. Florida Man. So, cool. Just picturing somebody out in the Everglades and their big fan boat thing, just listening to my ramblings and complaining. Anything else going on? No, I think that's it. So, thank you, Blackmail. Thank you, Cora. Thank you, listener. Get in touch if you have anything to say. All good. And until next time, as always, you look after yourself and be good to each other. Don't take any shit, but just be good. Alright, I'll speak to you next time, guys. Bye for now.